Today, Intel owners need to watch this. Intel's drowning, get 4 times your FPS, and AMD's releasing 2 new GPUs out of nowhere? Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. First up for today, if you own one of Intel's newer 13th or 14th gen CPUs, you need to watch this entire segment. And if you like to be the first to learn all the latest PC hardware news, make sure you subscribe to Gamer Meld. Starting things off, Intel has officially released details about their 2-year extended warranty for 13th and 14th gen CPUs. Specifically, their desktop 13600KF and 14600KF models and up, so that includes most of the desktop i7 and i9 models. The extended warranty will apply globally and to both new and previously purchased chips. This includes both box CPUs as well as tray CPUs and ones that were purchased through a system integrator or OEM. For those who bought a box CPU, you can contact Intel directly, but if yours came in a pre-built system, you want to contact the retailer you bought it from. And this is for anyone who currently has any instability issues with their processor. Even if it's intermittent or anything like that, it could be damaged, and that is permanent. Now, OEM CPUs typically only come with a 1-year warranty. Usually it's up to the PC maker as to how they handle their warranties. Luckily, The Verge contacted multiple OEMs, and some, like Digital Storm and CyberPower PC, are offering great extended warranties, but others like NZXT and Acer wouldn't promise anything just yet, though they do say to expect an update on that. And that's not the only thing Intel owners need to know, because the company is finally starting to roll out the microcode update that's hopefully going to fix the issue from happening to begin with. Though don't forget that this doesn't fix any CPUs that are already having instability issues. Either way, as of now, motherboard vendors have announced BIOS updates with the new microcode. For starters, ASRock has released new updates for multiple boards, MSI has announced that a slew of new updates are coming at the end of this month, and an overclocker shared some beta files for ASUS boards on the ROG forum. We expect more updates soon, so be on the lookout for those. Next up for today, Intel's in even more trouble. I mean, at this point, the company's drowning. As I recently went over, Intel was hit with not 1, but 2 class action lawsuits, though as of now, those are in the investigation phase, but obviously that's the goal. Well, the company is now being sued by their own shareholders. According to a new report from Reuters, a new class action lawsuit has been filed in San Francisco's federal court against Intel, their CEO and CFO. They claim that the company concealed issues they were having that ultimately led to a massive single-day drop in market value of over $32 billion, plus the fact that they were forced to cut their workforce by over 15%. We're talking more than 15,000 jobs here, and they also suspended their dividend. Oh, and a side note here, they also moved this year's innovation event to 2025 due to these financial issues, though they did promise smaller events throughout the year. Hopefully that doesn't mean delays for their next-gen parts or anything. Luckily, they haven't announced anything yet, so fingers crossed there. Ultimately, Intel looks to be in free fall right now, and it only seems to be getting worse. Next up, if you're looking to get some massive performance gains without spending $1,000 on a new GPU, I've got the software for you. That's right, I said software, because a new update from Lossless Scaling is coming August 10th, so it'll likely be out by the time you watch this video. But that update comes with a 4x frame generation, meaning it generates a whopping 4 frames for every real frame that was pushed out by your GPU. So far, both DLSS and FSR only create a single frame for every real frame. With that said, there is of course a latency concern, but according to beta testers, latency remains consistent with the 2x frame generation, as long as your base FPS is at least 60. Still though, they are fake frames, and I really wouldn't recommend it for certain games like competitive shooters or anything like that. Ultimately, I'm not really sure if anything over a single frame generated is really going to catch on with AMD or Nvidia, but it's definitely interesting to see where third-party software makers are taking this. Do you think this is just a gimmick, or is it something we could soon see everywhere? Let me know down in the comments below. And lastly for today, seemingly out of nowhere, it looks like AMD is set to release 2 new desktop GPUs. This story originally comes from the well-known leaker Komachi on Twitter, someone who's been extremely accurate with leaks in the past. And according to a recent tweet, he claims that AMD is planning to release new entry-level GPUs, the RX 7400 and 7300. As for specs, he claims that they're based on the Navi 33 GPU. For those who don't know, Navi 33 comes with 2048 cores cores, a 128-bit bus, and a maximum TDP of 190 watts. So far, the only desktop cards built from Navi 33 are the RX 7600 and 7600 XT. Of course, these new GPUs would be cut down versions of those, likely been from what was originally meant for the 7600 or 7600 XT. One interesting factor is that they could offer support for full video encoding as well as AV1 support, which are both things that last-gen budget cards couldn't do. Either way, it'll be interesting to see how they compete with GPUs like NVIDIA's RTX 3050. So while that does it for today, are you having issues with your Intel CPU, or are you just excited for more entry-level GPUs? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And as always, have a great day!